NLWN-TV now brings you the In the Dugout show. A look at today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. And now, join us in the dugout.
Good evening and welcome to today's edition of In the Dugout. Rick Olson here in the NLWN-TV studios, and we're getting ready to bring you all the action of today's game as the Eau Claire Cavaliers take on the Marshfield Chaparrals from Jack Hackman Field in Marshfield, as the Cavaliers and the Chaps meet in a rematch of the thriller 1 month ago in Eau Claire, where the Cavs came out on top 8-7. Coming up in this edition of In the Dugout, we'll take a look at today's matchup between the Cavs and the Chaparrals. Then we'll get Cavalier manager Pete Bartingale's perspective on today's game in the Pete Bartingale Show. Following that, we'll take one more look around the Chippewa River Baseball League to see how the playoff race has sorted out, and we'll take a moment to get to know one of this season's Cavalier players in Cavalier Profile. Finally, we'll bring you all the play-by-play action of today's game from Jack Hackman Field in Marshfield. So it's time to get ready for some baseball action, and we'll do just that. Coming up right after this brief timeout, you're tuned to In the Dugout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome back to In the Dugout. Now, in a few moments, the Eau Claire Cavaliers will take on the Marshfield Chaparrals in a game that hopefully will be a tune-up for the WBA playoffs. This game is a rematch of the game between the Chaparrals and the Cavaliers played a month ago in Eau Claire, where the Cavaliers held on to secure an 8-7 victory. On Wednesday, the Cavaliers were defeated by the Osseo Merchants 12-8 in a game that eliminated the Cavaliers from the CRBL race. In that game, the Cavaliers were led by Gabe O'Brien, who went 3 for 4 and scored 2 runs. Also, with a 3-hit night, was Ethan Kelberg, who went 3 for 4 and picked up an RBI, while Cooper Kapanke went 3 for 5 and scored twice while picking up 2 RBIs. Cole Timon contributed a 2 RBI double. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Liner out into left center field. That's going to score 2. Goes all the way out to the warning path. And they're going to hold Kelberg up at third, as Cole Timon comes through with a double. Meanwhile, Anthony Pogodzinski added a double of his own. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Fly ball out into right center field. That's going to fall in, and it's going to bounce off the wall. Pogo rounds first, and he's heading for second, and he checks in with a double. And Ryan Venny hit a ground rule double that bounced over the left center field fence. Here's the pitch. Fly ball. It's deep. It's going to go off the wall, and it's going to bounce over the wall for a ground rule double. The Cavaliers sent 4 players to the mound. All seemed to struggle with finding the strike zone, as the Cavaliers gave up an uncharacteristic 16 walks. Lucas Costley started and picked up the loss, going 1 2/3 innings and giving up 4 runs, 2 of which were earned, while walking 4 and striking out only 1. He was followed by Austin Getch, who went 3 1/3 innings. Jackson Faulkner pitched 1 inning, and Hunter Ginther threw the final 3 innings. Now today, the Cavaliers take on the Marshfield Chaparrals, who come into this game with a record of 5-7 in the Dairyland Baseball League. The Chaparrals are looking for a little payback to get even with the Cavaliers for the time they snuffed out a rally to defeat the Chaps 8-7 back on June 29th. In that game, the Chaparrals were led by left fielder and pitcher Chase Higgins, who went 2 for 5 and scored twice, as well as pitcher and left fielder Caden Schillinger, who went 2 for 4 and scored once and picked up 3 RBIs. Colton Schillinger also added 2 runs to the effort. On the mound, Caden Schillinger and Higgins combined for 8 innings, giving up 8 runs on 7 hits and walking 6 and striking out 5. Now, coming into today's game, leading the way at the plate for the Cavaliers is Cooper Kapanke, who's hitting at a .448 pace. He's followed by Ethan Kjellberg, who's at .419. Gabe O'Brien is at .371, while Josh Garcia is swinging for a .359 average. Connor O'Reilly is at .348. In addition, Ben Boda is also at .348. Caden Erickson at .319 and Chase Yeager at .317 round out the Cavaliers hitting over .300. Leading the way on the mound for the Cavs among those pitchers with at least 12.5 innings pitched is Lucas Costley. Costley has a 3-3 record and a save with a 1.06 ERA. He has a whip of 1.18 and an opponent's batting average of 172. He's followed by Austin Getch, who comes in with a 7-0 record and a 2.56 ERA, along with a whip of 1.42. Jackson Vance has a 1-0 record with a 2.35 ERA and a whip of 1.50, as well as Ethan Kjellberg with a record of 2 wins and 4 losses and a 4.20 ERA with a whip of 1.38. Now, coming up next, following this timeout, we'll get manager Pete Bartingale's perspective as we chat with him on the Pete Bartingale Show. You're tuned to In the Dugout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Stand is precise, no margin for error.
Dare to forget that. Dare to have fun with it. Get weird with it. Dare to load their minds. Dare to explore. Dare to STEM. Learn more at She Can STEM.
Time now for the Pete Bartingale Show, where Cavalier manager Pete Bartingale gives us his perspective on today's game. And now, the Pete Bartingale Show.
Once again, we're talking with Cavalier manager Pete Bartingale. And Pete, I know we said we were going to put Wednesday's game in the rearview mirror, but on Wednesday we do need to talk about it. The Cavaliers were defeated by the Osseo Merchants 12-8. Your comments about that game?
Well, I thought we got off to somewhat of a slow start there. Osseo jumped out on us a little, 2-3 nothing there, and it was kind of a weird pitch night. I think we ended up having 15 walks, and that's just way too many. I thought our emotion, I thought we were a little flat coming into the game. I think, we played Monday night, and that was a big night because it was Glen St. Arnold night. And then, when you play a great team like Osseo, you have to come in fired up. And I thought we were just a little flat, and against a great team like that's hard to come into a game like that. But at the end of the day, I'm real proud of our guys and what we accomplished throughout the year, and we just didn't make enough plays last night to beat a great Osseo team. To me, top to bottom, they're the best team in the CRBL. I just think they're from 1 through 10, and all their hitters and whatnot. They're just, there's no weakness there, and they're all tough outs.
Well, that sets up a pretty exciting-looking CRBL playoffs with Tilden and Osseo, the Eau Claire Bears, and the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks. Unfortunately, that loss means the Cavaliers have been eliminated from contention for those playoffs. So, with those playoffs out of the picture, can you fill us in on what the remaining goals for the Cavaliers are?
Well, we're hoping to get in the WBA. I think we have a really good shot at that. We finished with a over 500 record in the CRBL, so everything I've heard is that we'll be in that. I think that selection is 1st of August or August 2nd, 3rd area, so we should know pretty quickly. We'll play Friday night against Marshfield and go after that game, and then probably just take a week off and get ready for the WBA. I think it'll be a tough out in that. I think our guys maybe could use a week off and rest their arms and get healthy. And I think Tilden's hosting, and there's some sites that are fairly close to us. So hopefully we get into that, and we'll be ready to go and continue our season.
Now, in just a few moments, the Cavaliers are going to try to do what they can do to get into those WBA playoffs when they take off the Marshfield Chaparrals. Now, these two teams met at Carson Park back on June 29th, a month ago, where the Cavs held on to gain that 8-7 victory. Based on that game, how do the Cavs and the Chaps match up?
Yeah, it seems like that game was a long time ago. It's amazing how fast time goes. But, we'll start Ethan Kelberg tonight. He didn't pitch yet on Wednesday night, so he'll be ready to go. And we'll have Bamister in relief. And so it's a game that we need to win to help us with that WBA in our stats and our records. So our guys will be going after it. But I was impressed with them, too. I mean, Marshfield always plays really good baseball. So, and not sure they had their full team that night they came over here. So I'm probably expecting a kind of a different team from them. But it's just another opportunity for us to play. And, unfortunately, we're canceled over the weekend against Westmont. So right now, this is our last regular season game of the year. Hard to believe.
Anyway, Pete, good luck on tonight's game. Hopefully the Cavaliers will find a way to bounce back and stay in that WBA race.
Sounds great. Thanks, Rick.
You've been tuned to the Pete Martingale Show with Cavalier manager Pete Martingale's outlook on today's game. Stay tuned. More of In the Dugout is coming right up on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
If you love them enough to suck the snot out of their nose at 4 a.m., then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Welcome back to In the Dugout, as we're getting ready to bring you all the action of tonight's game between the Cavaliers and the Marshfield Chaparrals. The Cavaliers wrapped up their 2022 Chippewa River Baseball League season on Wednesday when they took on the Osseo Merchants. The remainder of the CRBL will conclude this weekend, setting the stage for the CRBL playoffs beginning on Wednesday. 2 days ago, the Cavaliers finished their CRBL season with a loss to the Osseo Merchants, 12-8, while the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks secured the fourth playoff spot with a 12-0 win over the Beef River Bullfrogs. Coming into this weekend, the Chippewa River Baseball League standings look like this. The Tilden Tigers remained in first place with a 16-2 record, and they have completed their league play. The Osseo Merchants at 15-2 are a half a game behind, but can still catch the Tigers as the Merchants still have a game remaining. Holding down third place is still the Eau Claire Bears, who at 12-5 are now 3.5 games out. Locking down fourth place, 4.5 games out, are the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks. In fifth place are the 10-8 Eau Claire Cavaliers, 6 games out. And in sixth place are the Jim Falls Sturgeons at 9-8, 6.5 games back with 1 game remaining. The Eau Claire Rivermen are in seventh place at 8.5 games out. And in eighth place at 3-14 are the Cadott Red Sox, who have 2 games remaining. And the Beef River Bullfrogs sit in ninth place, 13 games back. Rounding out the CRBL standings are the Bloomer Woodticks at 15 games out. This weekend, the CRBL wraps up its 2022 season with games on Saturday and Sunday. On Saturday, the Eau Claire Bears travel to John Soiney Field in Osseo to take on the Osseo Merchants. Then on Sunday, the Cadott Red Sox will host the Eau Claire Rivermen, while the Jim Falls Sturgeons will host the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks. The 4 teams qualifying for the CRBL playoffs have been determined. The only remaining issue is who will be the number 1 seed. The Osseo Merchants are still trying to overtake the Tilden Tigers for that top spot. Should that happen, on Wednesday, the number 4 seed Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks would travel to Osseo to take on the Merchants, while the number 3 seed Eau Claire Bears would go to Chippewa Falls to take on the number 2 seed Tilden Tigers. The winners of those 2 games will then meet on Saturday, August 6th, for the CRBL title. Coming up next, following this timeout, we'll get to know one of this season's Cavalier players on Cavalier Profile. You're tuned to In the Dugout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Honey, the kids are antsy. What can we do that will keep all of us entertained and won't break the bank?
How about we take them to the Cavaliers game? Tickets are inexpensive, there's popcorn, hot dogs, and other baseball treats, and great baseball action.
That's right, Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball, your best choice for affordable family entertainment. Check out the schedule at www.eauclaircavaliers.org.
Time now to get to know a Cavalier player on Cavalier Profile. We'll get to know a little better who plays on this year's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball team. And now, Cavalier Profile.
Today on Cavalier Profile, we're going to get to know Caden Erickson. And Caden, you played some ball this summer at Hamlin University. How'd that season go for you?
Pretty well. I got some good playing time as a freshman, but kind of didn't shake out how we wanted it to. But hopefully these next couple of years we'll make an appearance in the playoffs.
So can you fill us in on what you think your role is going to be with the Cavaliers?
I'm open, infield, obviously, like middle infield specifically, but utility if anything, and hopefully a good bat for the lineup. So,
now, Caden, when did you start playing baseball?
Probably Little League. I don't know, third, fourth grade, probably. I didn't play any t-ball, so I just kind of jumped straight to baseball.
And you played your high school ball at?
Colfax High School.
Okay, and how'd that go?
Pretty good. Had a good couple years there. Good little program. Didn't really go how we wanted it to some years, but that's just how it goes.
That's baseball, isn't it? Okay, that's why they play the games. Now, aside from the Cavaliers, would Hamlin then be the highest level that you've played?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay. Now, can you tell us about your most memorable baseball experience that could either be as a player or as something that you were a spectator at?
I'd have to say probably yesterday, actually. I went to a Twins Guardians game, and there was 10 home runs hit yesterday. And I would say that's probably one of the coolest things I've ever seen, that many home runs in one game. So.
Most of them by the bad guys, though.
Yeah, by the bad guys, but that's how it goes.
Okay. All right. I wouldn't be surprised, or maybe you didn't, but I wouldn't be surprised if one of the arch rivals from one of the other teams in the league might have joined you at that game.
Yeah, no, he was there. We're friends sometimes, but on the field, not so much.
We're speaking about one of our NLWN-TV announcers as well. Drew Gibson plays for the Eau Claire Rivermen, but and you kind of grew up with Drew and had a chance to play against him.
Yeah. Drew and I have been best friends for how many years now? So
who got the best of it?
I don't know. We'll see. I suppose the games this summer will probably tell a little bit more about that.
That's true. Okay. How about filling us in a little bit about your family and friends who are going to come and see you at Cavalier games?
Yeah, we'll have both my parents, Cal and Kelly Erickson, and then my brother and sister, Coleman and Cheyenne. So.
Okay, now I've got some rapid-fire questions for you. Pie, ice cream, cake, or cookies?
Pie.
Which kind?
Chocolate silk.
Oh, man. Okay. Your favorite color and why?
Blue, I suppose, just because my eyes are blue and some pretty baby blue. I don't know.
All right. Okay. If you could have a superpower, what would it be and why?
Fly. Because, I don't know, I don't really like to drive, and I feel like if I could just go at light speed somewhere.
Get out of traffic?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay.
Especially in the cities, living over there, it's a nightmare sometimes. So.
Okay. If you have a superpower like being able to fly, of course you have to have a superhero name to go with it. So what's Caden's superhero name?
Captain Caden. I don't know. Nothing.
Hey, I like that one.
Something.
Captain Caden.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
Your favorite major league team as you've been growing up?
Cubs.
Okay. All right. Now, is there a particular major league player that you saw play that inspired you and you emulate your play after?
I would say Javier Baez when he was younger. Not so much in these last couple of years. He's been getting a little cocky. But I suppose him in the infield, I'm really kind of watching somebody as smooth as that. Really wanted me to, pushed me to want to be as good of an infielder as I possibly could. So.
We're talking with Caden Erickson on Cavalier Profile. And Caden, what do you do when you're not playing baseball?
Go to school, hang out with my girlfriend. That's about it.
You want to give a shout out to her?
Hey, Camry.
Okay. And when people watch Cavalier games, where are they going to find you out on the field?
Middle infield, maybe on the mound too, so we'll see.
Okay. Hey, we want to thank Caden Erickson for joining us today on Cavalier Profile. Coming up next, more In the Dugout.
This has been Cavalier Profile. where we get to know a little better who plays on the Cavalier baseball team. Stay tuned, more in the dugout coming right up.
It happens to everyone eventually. Your computer goes on the fritz. Fear not, Slayton's Technology Services can help. When your computer decides to not cooperate, it can be very frustrating. Let Slayton's Technology Services keep you from wanting to drive your computer right off a cliff. Slayton's Technology Services supports business of all sizes. They offer assistance with managed anti-malware, encrypted email, fast tech support, data backup, and recovery, and more. Call Slayton's Technology Services at 715-864-2833 and get the IT help you desire. Slayton's Technology Services is the official IT service for the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
Welcome back to In the Dugout. Today the Cavaliers try to bounce back from Wednesday's loss as they take on the Marshfield Chaparrals. The Chaparrals would like to avenge their close defeat at the hands of the Cavaliers from back on June 29th. Tonight's game also gives us at the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV the opportunity to work hand in hand with our good friends at Zaleski Sports. Zaleski Sports carries many central Wisconsin sporting events on their various YouTube channels. Tonight, they are providing us with their press box space as well as a color commentator who you will be introduced to a little bit later. They will also be linking our broadcast of tonight's game on their website. So we welcome any and all Zaleski Sports viewers to our broadcast of tonight's game. So the stage is set for some exciting baseball action, and in just a moment I'll be joining our broadcast crew at Jack Hackman Field in Marshfield as we bring you all the action of today's game between the Eau Claire Cavaliers and the Marshfield Chaparrals. That's coming up next. You've been tuned to In the Dugout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You've been watching the In the Dugout show with a look at today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. This has been a presentation of NLWN-TV. Stay tuned. Coming up next is live Eau Claire Cavalier baseball.
Being prepared is a part of who you are, but it's especially important in the case of a disaster. Be informed about possible emergencies in your area. Make a plan that covers where you'll go in an emergency. Build a kit with the things you need to survive. There's no one more capable of planning for your situation than you. Start your plan today. Go to ready.gov/myplan.
Eau Claire Cavalier baseball is on the air. The Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV proudly brings you today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. Join us as we follow the Cavs while they battle their way through the Chippewa River Baseball League.
Long fly ball by Pogo, and it's out of here! A 3-run shot by Anthony Pogozinski.
And now, out to the ballpark for coverage of today's game.
And good afternoon, good evening. I guess it's after 7 o'clock, so I guess I can say good evening. And welcome to Jack Hackman Field here in Marshfield, Wisconsin, as we're getting ready to bring you Cavalier baseball as they take on the Marshfield Chaparrals. With me tonight, Ann Monroe on the computer. Dan Petchow is on the camera, and joining us tonight from Zaleski Sports is, dare I say it, Papa Joe Anderson. He was just telling me that's what the young guys here have started calling him. But Joe Anderson from Zaleski Sports, welcome aboard, Joe.
Welcome, Greg. Thank you. Thank you much.
And Joe's going to be giving us a little bit of color commentary tonight, and he's been a help as far as getting everything organized and set up before tonight's game. And I think I'm going to turn down that crowd mic a little bit because they have plenty of energy behind that crowd mic. And that's the way it ought to be. And so they've just given the starting lineups, which we will do in just a moment. But we're going to take a minute for our national anthem with Mayor Lois.
To Strake.
To Strake. Okay.
the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, as the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Lois T-Strike with our national anthem. And now the running of the bases by the youngsters here at Jack Hackman Field. Okay, starting lineups for tonight's game for the visiting Cavaliers. Leading off, the left fielder Campbell Kapanke. Batting second, shortstop Caden Erickson. Batting third, the third baseman Cooper Kapanke. Batting fourth, the right fielder Gabe O'Brien. The designated hitter is Connor O'Reilly. Batting sixth, our Geno's player of the game, more about that in a little bit, is first baseman Anthony Pogodzinski. Batting seventh, the catcher Cole Timon. Batting eighth, the second baseman Chase Yeager. Batting ninth, the extra hitter Hunter Ginther. And batting 10th, the center fielder Xavier Bemdenster. And Joe, maybe you can, as we've got a first pitch or two. There we go.
There you go.
Everybody's got to touch home. Now we have a first pitch happening. Hey, and he put that one right down the middle. That's a pass ball on the catcher. He let it get through. Got to blame that one on the catcher, right, Joe?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Joe, can you run through the starting lineup there for the Chaparrals?
For Chaparrals, sure can do, Rick. Catching tonight is Sean Bryant. He comes to us from Mosinee. Brent Eastad at first, a Greenwood product. Luke Wirtz plays second. He's the manager of the Chaparrals. Al Lalakata, the postman. He always delivers as that third tonight. Will Lee at short. The outfield is Chase Higgins in left. Isaiah Byrol in center. And the right fielder tonight is Cole Hediger. On the mound for the Chaps this evening is number 7, Chandler Schmidt. Comes to us from Stratford, where they had a very successful year in baseball. Got to the sectionals and sadly got knocked out in the first game, but Schmidt had a great season for the Stratford Tiger High School baseball team this year.
And we're going to have, well, we won't be carrying, but there's going to be a full weekend of Marshfield Eau Claire baseball, leading off with the Cavaliers playing the Chaparrals. And Joe, you've got some information on some more Marshfield Eau Claire baseball.
Tomorrow at the Legion tournament in the eastern part of the state, it will be Eau Claire and Marshfield. And the Legion tournament, the winner of that will go to the championship game and face, I believe it's Menominee? I got to check.
I'm not sure.
Let me double check that before I say something and have it wrong. They are going to Manitowoc. My bad.
Okay,
yes.
Leading off things here is Campbell Kapanke, and the first pitch is grounded right back up the middle into center field, and it's a base hit for Kapanke. Starting things off, first pitch swinging, Campbell Kapanke laces one just past the shortstop and into center field. That brings up Caden Erickson. Erickson comes into the game batting .319. Erickson playing shortstop. He's done that before in this season, but he's usually at second or third.
First pitch right at 7:30 and it's 72 degrees.
And the first pitch to Erickson misses for a ball.
First time I've seen this young man pitch, Mr. Schmidt.
Chandler Schmidt, and we don't have any information on him as far as pitching record. And a fly ball deep into left field, way back and foul.
The left fielders and the third baseman will have an entertaining time playing until about the sun goes down, that sunset, because the sun beats right in at third base and left field. You'll see they'll put their gloves up in front of their eyes so they can kind of shade the sun.
And you can see the shadows are creeping. They've gotten across the first base line and out to the pitcher's mound. Kapanke takes his lead at first. Throw over there. It got away from them as Kapanke got back in safely.
Brent Eastad at first tonight. He's had a few starts there, but not very many.
1 ball, 1 strike to Caden Erickson. Schmidt at the belt, and he delivers. Line shot right into the glove of the third baseman. Throw back to first, and they've just doubled off Kapanke. So Erickson lines to the third baseman, and then they get Kapanke out on the double play. That's going to bring up Cooper Kapanke. Cooper leading the team in hitting, batting .448. Playing third base tonight. He's done that a couple times this year. Usually you see him over at first. And the pitch inside all the way back to the screen.
Yes, tomorrow Marshfield and Eau Claire will meet, and the winner will take on Manitowoc and Legion. That's going to be at noon, and Zalewski Sports will be broadcasting that game.
Schmidt at the belt. And the pitch. Called strike on the outside corner.
Dan Zier, the home plate umpire tonight, he has a very distinctive strike call. You'll know it.
And the 1-1 pitch. Outside. And Kevin Johnson is umpiring out on the bases. Here's the pitch. It's high for a ball. 3 balls and 1 strike to Cooper Kapanke.
Nobody in the chaps with stirrups tonight. I'm a traditionalist.
I'm with you there. Here's the pitch. It's high and inside for ball 4. Cooper Kapanke draws the walk.
Now batting.
That's going to bring up Gabe O'Brien, the right fielder. O'Brien batting .371. Kapanke takes his lead at first. And the pitch, it's inside for a ball.
Luke Wirtz at second. He's usually the starting first baseman. Some of the players weren't available tonight, so he slips into that spot, and Brent Eastad will slide over to first.
That's part of the reason the Cavaliers have a little bit of a different infield lineup as well. They were supposed to play 2 doubleheaders against Westmont tomorrow and Sunday, but those games have been canceled, and that really messed up a lot of players' schedules.
I bet.
Here's the pitch. Foul back out of play on the left side.
And 72 degrees at this time of year for a baseball game. Next week is supposed to be 90s.
And I'm glad we don't have a game scheduled for next week. It's going to be toasty at Packer Family Day.
Oh, that's right. That's next week. Holy moly.
And the pitch. Strike called. That one on the inside third of the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 down. Cooper Kapanke at first. He takes his lead. And the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So the Cavaliers go down with no runs on 1 hit. There were no errors, and 1 was left on base. So Cavaliers nothing, and the Marshfield Chaparrals coming to bat. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
love the pizza we get when we go to Gino's Pizza.
That's because Gino's has been voted best pizza in the Chippewa Valley 5 years in a row.
I think it's because Gino's uses the freshest ingredients, premium quality meats, cheeses, savory spices, and zesty toppings, and all served with attention to detail.
Now you're making me hungry. Let's head to Gino's Pizza.
Scott and the rest of the folks at Gino's Pizza would like to invite you to come out and try the area's best pizza. Call about Monday through Wednesday dine-in specials at 715-835-2000. That's Gino's Pizza at 5110 Fairview Drive, Eau Claire, right next to Chaos Water Park.
And we're back here at Jack Hackman Field in Marshfield. Heading into the bottom of the first inning, Cavaliers put nothing across in the top half. Looked like they were going to do something. Campbell Kapanke hit the first pitch out into center field for a base hit and then got doubled off when Caden Erickson lined right into the glove of the third baseman. And there was Campbell Kapanke about 2/3 of the way down to second, and not much he could do about that. So due up for the Chaparrals is center fielder Isaiah Byrol. Am I saying that right?
Yes, good leadoff hitter.
And then we have Chase Higgins and Jason Kurth.
Chase, a good contact hitter. Kurth, the power hitter in the 3 spot tonight. Will Lee, the shortstop, he's a pretty good power hitter as well.
Now, when these two teams met a month ago, Isaiah Byrol went 1 for 5 and scored a run. Ethan Kelberg on the mound, and he delivers a high chopper down the first baseline foul.
I know I'm going to like him. Got the red stirrups. Or socks. I'm a traditionalist. I don't like those long pants. I just don't.
Yes, I would agree with you. Ethan wears what's called a real baseball uniform.
Yes.
No balls and a strike, and the pitch is fouled again off the right side. Kelberg comes into tonight's game with a 2-4 record, a 4.20 ERA. He's thrown 40 and 2/3 innings, given up 28 runs, 19 of which were earned. Walked 12, struck out 40. There's a line shot out into right center field for a base hit for Isaiah Byrol.
I would think that Eau Claire will keep him close to the bag and be held on by Pogudzinski because Byrol's always a threat to steal.
That brings up Chase Higgins, the left fielder. Higgins went 2 for 5 back in June and scored 2 runs. Kelberg delivers, swing and a miss for strike 1. Talking a little bit with Ryan Bemninster before the game. And throw over to first, and it gets away from Pogo and down to second and rounding second and
he's
heading for third. And he's going to be safe at third.
That's one of the disadvantages of that ball gets past the first baseman. There's a lot of foul territory here at Hackman. Kind of reminiscent of the Oakland Alameda County Coliseum in California.
So Byrol on third via an error. And the pitch swung on a miss for strike 2. As I was saying, I talked with Coach Ryan Bemninster, and he said that Kelberg has pitched better than his record indicates. He just on those nights, he didn't get a whole lot of run support. Swing and a miss, strike 3 for Chase Higgins. Goes down swinging. Brings up Jason Kurth, the extra hitter.
Nagging injuries have put him into that spot tonight. He usually is the starting third baseman.
Kurth went 1 for 5 and scored a run back in June. And the first pitch caught the outside corner for a strike.
Jason was the manager when Luke Wirtz was on vacation, and they picked up a win with Jason at the helm.
And the pitch swing and a miss for strike 2. Speaking of which, we didn't mention that the Chaparrals come into tonight's game with a record of 7 wins, 14 losses. Cavaliers are 16-9. Here's the pitch. Fouled off the left side. Or check that. That's the right side. That's what happens when you're left-handed. Left-handed people living in a right-handed world really struggle.
Got to remember, though, left-handed people are in their right mind.
That's right. And a fly ball out into center field. Bemninster moves over, makes the catch, and tagging and scoring is Byrol.
Now batting number 9, Will Lee.
So 2 down, and that brings up Will Lee, the shortstop. He went 0 for 3 back in June. 1-0, Chaparrals on top. Here's the pitch. A little looper down the right field line, foul.
Will Lee has his moments. When he's on, he hits the ball a ton. When he's off, it's not good.
Here's the pitch. Swung on a miss. Strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Nobody on. And the pitch. Fly ball out into right field. Bemninster hurrying back, and he can't get there. It goes out to the warning track. And checking in at second base is Will Lee.
Now batting.
That'll bring up the manager, Luke Wirtz, playing second base tonight. He went 1 for 4 in the game back in Eau Claire.
Luke, a pretty good contact hitter.
And the pitch is high for a ball. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1.
Don't be surprised if Will Lee doesn't try to take third.
Kelberg goes to the belt. And the pitch. Called strike on the outside edge. One ball, 2 strikes. Kelberg goes to the belt. Looks over at second. The 1-2 pitch. Ground ball right past Kelberg and out into center field. Lee rounds third. He's heading for the plate. Throw comes into the plate. It's too high for Timon. Kelberg backing the play up, but Wirtz goes over to second.
It's always hardest to get that third out, especially with runners on.
Number 12, Sean Bryant.
Sean Bryant.
Newcomer to the Chaparrals from Mosinee. Second game I've seen him play. He's caught both games here. I've watched him play. He's right out of high school, I believe.
He did not play in the game in Eau Claire. And we have a fly ball out into center field. Going back, it falls in. Too far in for Bemninster, too far out for Erickson, and it kind of split the difference between them.
Wirtz at third. He's no speedster. No offense, Luke, but we'll see how Chandler Schmidt does here. He has been playing first the few games I've watched him play. He's new to the team as well.
He's the pitcher tonight. Also did not play in June. And a fly ball. He hit that hard.
Wow.
That's off the wall. 1 runs in. Coming around third is Bryant, and he's going to score. So Wirtz scores. Bryant scores.
He got hold of that one.
As Schmidt hit the double to center field. 4 runs in.
He's looking for the score bug.
Boy, the Chaparrals really putting some snap into their swings and getting some runs here in the first inning. Kelberg hits a sign, comes to the stretch, and the pitch, swing and a miss.
And that'll retire the side. But not without some damage being done. The Chaparrals get 4 runs on, let's see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. And there was a Cavalier error and
1 left on.
1 left on, yep. So we've completed 1, and it's the Marshfield Chaparrals 4 and the Cavaliers nothing. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
To get your lawn or garden to perform like you want, you first need to know about your soil. That's where Midwest Environmental Consultants can help. Their soil testing service can give you a complete rundown on your soil's nutrition and health. They test for nitrogen levels, phosphorus, potash, micronutrients, minerals, pH, and organic matter. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants put you in control of your soil's health. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 715-586-1302. That's Midwest Environmental Consultants, soil testers for the Chippewa Valley.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Back here at Hackman Field. Rick Olson along with Ann Monroe, Dan Petchow, and Joe Anderson bringing you all the action of tonight's game between the Cavaliers and the Marshfield Chaparrals. Chaparrals have a 4-0 lead as we head into the second inning. And leading off for the Cavs, Connor O'Reilly. He'll be followed by our Geno's player of the game, Anthony Pogodzinski, and then Cole Timon.
Question is, who will be the beer batter tonight? If you're not sure what the beer batter is, here at Jack Hackman, they select a batter from the opposing team, and if that batter strikes out, it's reduced price beverages for the remainder of that inning.
So Connor O'Reilly steps up, batting .348 on the season. And the pitch is a called strike on the outside corner.
Schmidt pitching from the stretch. I see a lot of pitchers now, they don't do the windup.
And that one's outside for a ball. Counts even at 1-1. Yeah, I've been noticing that as well. And then there's some that sometimes go to the windup and sometimes work from the stretch. And the game situation doesn't necessarily dictate it.
True.
And we get a fly ball out into right field. Well, shallow right field. In fact, the edge of the infield. Luke Wirtz over to make the catch. 4-1 down. That brings up our Geno's player of the game, Anthony Pogodzinski. So remember, head out to Geno's Pizza tomorrow and mention Pogo's name. Just say Pogo, and that'll be good enough. Get yourself a free soft drink, and if he manages to get an extra base hit tonight, that'll turn into an appetizer that you can share with your table. Fouls it off on the left side.
Makes me want to take a trip over to Eau Claire tomorrow.
Scott out at Geno's would be happy to see you. Here's the pitch. That's high for a ball.
Left field will be an adventure for at least another half inning.
And the pitch. That was just outside. 2 balls and a strike. Anthony Pogodzinski. Pogo. Our Geno's player of the game. And the pitch. Chopper foul down the first base line. Counts even at 2-2. Pogo steps back in.
Plate umpire Dan Zier is pretty consistent with his zone.
And the 2-2 pitch. It's outside. Brian thought he had a strikeout there and was about to fire it down to third, but Sam Zier said, nope, sorry, son. And now the payoff pitch. Line shot out into center field for a base hit. Pogo checks in at first.
Now batting number 19, Cole Timon.
So with one down, Pogo on first brings up Cole Timon, the catcher, batting .275. Has been hitting the ball hard of late. Some of them have been right at people, but he's been smacking it pretty hard.
Is Pogo a threat to run at first?
Not really.
Okay.
Here's the pitch. Inside for a ball.
Nice curveball.
Just kind of hung up a little bit.
Yep.
Schmidt at the belt, peeks at first, and the pitch is outside. 2 balls, no strikes. On deck is Chase Yeager. And the 2-0 pitch. That's high. 3-0 is the count. Timon steps back in. Schmidt delivers his get me over pitch. Swing and a miss. It was a foul tip. 3-1 is the count. I'm surprised he was swinging, to be honest with you.
Yes. At that point, I would have thought he would have been taking.
Schmidt at the belt and delivers. That one is a called strike, but the ball gets away from the catcher. It's a pass ball, and it will go down to second base for Pogo.
See, he's a threat to run.
Count goes full to Timon. Pogo on second. And the pitch. And a called third strike. 2 down. Brings up Chase Yeager. Yeager batting .317.
Second strikeout of the game for Schmidt.
And we're going to have a little bit of a conference at the mound.
These two lads are two of the more recent additions to the Chaparrals. It's nice to have a little bit of youth coming up as well. They're a experienced team, that is, the Chaparrals this year.
As the Cavaliers are on a fairly young page in their development. Pitch is high for a ball. In fact, the old man on the team is 24.
That would be one of the younger ones for the Chaparrals. I can't talk too much. I'm the old guy here at Zaleski Sports.
And the pitch is inside. As am I, the old guy for NLWN-TV. So you got the geriatric unit bringing you the game tonight.
Brought to you by Pepto-Bismol.
And Geritol.
Phillips Milk of Magnesia.
And the pitch. It's high. 3-0 is the count now to Chase Yeager.
You can hear the Sioux line, or not the Sioux line, but Canadian National in the background. We have the railroad tracks behind us.
Yeah, every time I've been here, and the get me over pitch got over. 3 balls and a strike. Every time I've been here to Jack Hammond and I hear that going by, it brings me visions of, I think is it Bull Durham where the train goes through the outfield? There's a high pop-up. It's one of those baseball movies. Foul out of play.
Oddly enough, that was probably more of a common occurrence than we realized.
No, I know what it was. What's the one where the guy won all the money and bought a baseball team?
Brewster's Million.
And a called third strike. Yes, Brewster's Million. Called third strike. Yeager goes down looking, as do the Cavaliers. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We've played an inning and a half, and it's the Chaparrals 4, Cavaliers nothing. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
When you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it, rest assured, you can still get that meal by going to Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax. Mom's is open daily, serving breakfast and lunch, and don't forget dinner on Friday nights with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee is always hot, the breakfast is always delicious, and lunch will put a smile on your face and in your stomach. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub.
Jason, let's go see your room.
No, that's not right. How was it? Is it good?
As we head into the bottom of the second inning, leading off for the Chaparrals, Brent Easted. Did I say that right?
Yes, sir. Brent is from Greenwood. I worked with his mother in Loyal as a teacher for several years. Really good family. I like them.
Brent did not play in the game in Eau Claire. Ground ball up the middle, knocked down, throw over to first, and they got him.
Good play.
Erickson with the play at short. Had to go to his knees to scoop it up and regain his composure and make the throw over to Pogo. That's going to bring Al Alicata, the third baseman.
The postman, because he always delivers. Postman here in Marshfield.
And a high pop-up. It's in the infield. Moving over is Cooper Kapanke, and he makes the catch.
Kind of an inning that Kellberg would like. 1, 2, 3 if he could get it.
And not on too many pitches.
No.
I think he's thrown 3 pitches so far this inning. Of course, I shouldn't say that. Takes us back to the top of the order. Isaiah Byro singled to center field his last time up. Swing and a miss for strike 1. He did score. And that run, pop up out into right field, and making the catch out there is Gabe O'Brien. So, nothing across for the Chaparrals. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. After 2, it's the Chaparrals 4, Cavaliers nothing. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right. As a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
My Shiro doesn't always wear a cape.
Back here at Jack Hackman Field.
Neighborhood beer banner number
And we found out who the beer batter is. It's Hunter Ginther. Now, is it legal to have a beer batter who isn't old enough to buy a beer?
We've had that situation happen before. I had to explain it to
Hunter's
a kid.
only 17. So. And there goes a squad car just checking on things over there. He hits a ground ball. Is short, scooped up there by Lee. Throw over to first, and they got him.
That happened with a young man from Wisconsin Rapids. I interviewed him because he was the player of the game, and I had to explain to him what it was because he had no idea why, when he hit the ball, they were mad at him.
That brings up Xavier Bemninster, the center fielder. Xavier struggling at the plate, hitting .042. And the pitch. Strike called on the inside corner. He needs a big game just to get some confidence back because we all know he can hit the ball. Here's the pitch. Check swing and outside for a ball.
Rick and I were just talking during the break and talking about how quick that sun left field because usually it hangs there forever.
Foul to the right out of play.
The sun is already out of the way.
And in fact, the people sitting on the berm out there in left field.
Oh, the left field bleacher creatures, yes.
Yeah, and they're not even sitting in the sun anymore.
That's what I've referred to them as.
And the pitch is outside. Counts even at 2-2.
My only concern about the catcher and Sam Bryant is that a lot of balls get past him.
And the 2-2 pitch. And that got Bemninster right in the back. So with one down, Cavs have a runner on first. Takes us back to the top of the order. Campbell Kapanke singled his first time up out to center field. There's our bleacher bums. Well, not quite. Scoot a little bit to your right there, or to your left, Dan.
The bleacher creatures, yes.
There they are out there beyond the left field fence. And the first pitch to Campbell Kapanke is a called strike. The 0-1 pitch. Check swing low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Throw over to first. Bemninster back in safely.
Good snag by Eastad. Yeah, anything, the foul lines there's an awful lot of turf here at Hackman.
So it gets past the first baseman. People start running.
Yep.
Here's the pitch. It's inside for a ball.
Jack Hackman was a very influential person here in Marshfield. I believe he worked for the Marshfield News Herald, and he helped develop this field.
Schmidt at the belt. And the pitch. Inside for a ball. Yeah, Jack Hackman Field is 320 down both foul lines, 367 to the power alleys, and 385 to straightaway center field. And the pitch. Fly ball out into right center field. This one could fall in. No! Over there is Hediger to make the catch.
Now batting number 6, Caden.
That's going to bring up Caden Erickson. Erickson hit the ball right on the numbers and put it right into the glove of Lalakata, who then calmly stepped up, threw over to first base, and doubled Kapanke off. So 2 downs. Caden Erickson up. Pitch is outside for a ball.
Schmidt pitching well here for the Shaps.
And the pitch. Grounder again to the third baseman, throw over to second, and they got it in time. So you give Caden Erickson credit for a fielder's choice, and it's a 5-4 fielder's choice to put out Bedminster. So we've completed 2.5 innings, and the Marshfield Chaparrals 4, Cavaliers nothing. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Muldoon's Menswear, we're the well-dressed men of the Chippewa Valley shop. Whether you're looking for that big day you have coming up, or simply want to look great for a casual night out, Muldoon's is your stop. Let John or one of the other fine staff help you find just what you're looking for, and they'll make sure it looks great on you. What tops off the well-dressed man? One of Muldoon's well-made hats. Whether it's shirts, pants, suits, formal attire, or accessories, and did we say hats? Muldoon's has it for you. That's Muldoon's Menswear, 1506 South Hastings Way in Eau Claire.
My Shiro doesn't always wear a cape, but she always has time for a hug, a smile, for going the extra mile. My Shiro stretches every dollar, puts in long hours, puts others first. But now it's your time, Mom. When you're ready to retire, we want you to be able to enjoy it. It's time to start saving now. A free 3-minute online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to start boosting your retirement savings today. Visit aceyourretirement.org.
So leading things off for the Chaparrals in the bottom of the third inning, scheduled for 7, Chase Higgins, who struck out his first time up. Kjellberg winds and fires outside for a ball. Kjellberg comes close to using a regular windup, like he does right here. Winds and fires, and it's outside again. Ball 2.
Higgins, a strikeout victim, his first at bat.
And the 2-0 pitch. Swung on a missed.
Cavaliers may want him as their beer batter.
And the wind and the fire. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Counts all even. Kurth is on deck. Will Lee in the hole. The wind and the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Chase Higgins strikes out for the second time tonight. Brings up Jason Kurth, who hit a sacrifice fly to center field, which scored Isaiah Byrell for the first run of the game. There's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 1. That changeup had Kurth a little off balance. Here's the pitch. That's outside. It was a little bit low also.
Kurth battling some leg injuries, and I think his back is bothering him a little bit. That's why he's the extra hitter tonight.
Here's the wind and the 1-1 pitch. Outside.
Top of the Shaps lineup is really where they get their most power with their first 5 hitters.
And the pitch is low. It goes to 3-1. By the way, that first run by Byrell would be an unearned run, but I believe, well, no, everything else is going to be unearned as well. So none of the runs in the first inning are earned runs. Kurth draws the base on balls. Brings up Will Lee, who doubled and scored. And the pitch is a hard shot to third. Cooper Kapanke can't make the play. Well, he tries to.
Well, your Pogo made a saving catch there. Wow.
Pogo showing some jumps that it's hard telling that he would have, but yeah, he got up there. Actually, Cooper is usually playing at first, and that's just a routine throw for him because he's about 12 feet 3 tall.
Is Kapanke okay? It looked like he took that right in the bread box.
I think he's all right. So runners at first and second. And it's a strike called to Luke Wirtz. We'll give him a hit on that because I don't think after Kapanke got up he was going to have any chance at all of getting Will Lee.
I agree.
And it's a called strike at the letters. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 down, 2 runners on.
I'm impressed by Kapanke's defense. He knocked that ball down.
So Kurth at second, Will Lee at first. Swing and a miss for strike 3. And Luke Wirtz kind of got all tangled up on that one. Second strikeout of the inning for Kjellberg.
4th on the game.
So Sean Bryant, the catcher, is coming up. And he laced a single out into center field. And a strike called. Two down with 2 on. We're in the bottom of the 3rd. Here's the pitch. Ground ball down the 3rd baseline, foul.
Kjellberg had a pretty economical 2nd inning. He's had a few more pitches here in the 3rd.
No balls, 2 strikes, and a swing and a miss on a high pitch for strike 3, and Sean Bryant goes down swinging. So we've completed 3, and it's the Chaparrals 4, Cavaliers nothing. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Royal Credit Union's low rates and flexible terms on auto loans can help keep your payments low. Get a great rate on your next car or truck purchase, or refinance an existing vehicle with an auto loan from Royal Credit Union. Royal also offers loans for buying or refinancing boats, UTVs, and other vehicles. Royal Credit Union wants to help keep your payments low. Check rates and apply for a Royal Credit Union vehicle loan online at
The Scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you!
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
Back here at Jack Hackman Field, Rick Olson along with Joe Anderson bringing you all the play-by-play action. And basically, Joe, for the folks in the Eau Claire area that watch us on NLWN-TV, Selesky Sports is very similar to us in that you bring the local sporting events from central Wisconsin.
Correct, yep. We cover from Wisconsin Rapids, Stevens Point, Greenwood, Neilsville. We'll go up to Owen, a lot of Marshfield, and some Wausau, but pretty much, and we do a lot of Stevens Point as well.
And I believe there's like 6 Selesky channels on YouTube.
At least 6. At least 6.
There's only one NLWN-TV. Cooper Kapanke at the plate. He walked his first time up. And the pitch is low and away for ball 1. Chandler Schmidt on the mound. 4th inning of work. Pitch is away for ball 2.
You're speaking of Selesky Sports tomorrow, the Legions game, Marshfield and Eau Claire on Selesky Sports tomorrow at noon.
And a ground ball through into left field. And Kapanke rounds first and holds there.
And the chief will be doing the call on that. Jason Zaleski, he'll be there at the ballpark to bring you that game. First pitch scheduled for noon.
Hard to miss the voice of Jason Zaleski when he's doing games.
True.
That brings up Gabe O'Brien, who struck out his first time up. Kapanke takes his lead. And a called strike on the outside corner. Again, Kapanke off. And the pitch. Check swing inside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
3 strikeouts and no walks so far for Schmidt.
Throw over to first. It got away. Kapanke's going to head over to second base.
Ball snuck by the glove of Brent Easted on that throw.
And the throw, line shot out into right field, falls in for a base hit. Fielded there by Hediger, and Kapanke has to hold at third as Gabe O'Brien singles.
Now batting number 13, Connor.
This is going to bring up Connor O'Reilly. O'Reilly popped out to Luke Wirtz his first time up. Cavs mounting a bit of a threat right now. Runners on the corners. Kapanke is on third. O'Brien on first. And the pitch. Check swing ball, and it gets away as O'Brien heads down to second. That got away from Bryant, but I think O'Brien had the base stolen anyway. He got a pretty good jump that time.
I agree. Yeah, he had that base all the way.
Connor O'Reilly at the plate. We have time called. And now everybody steps back in. 1 ball, no strikes. Schmidt delivers. Strike called right down the middle of the plate. O'Reilly wanted to see what one of those looked like, evidently.
I was going to say the lights are now just starting to take effect on the field as well.
And Schmidt at the belt. He looks over at second and delivers. Called strike on the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody down. Runners at second and third for the Cavaliers. Here's the pitch. Ground ball towards short. Knocked down. He can't find the ball. Kapanke comes in. And let's see if they give him an infield hit, or whether they're going to make it an error on the shortstop.
Now batting number 44, Anthony Pogazinski.
Well, they didn't add any additional errors, so that's going to be an infield hit with an RBI. As Cooper Kapanke scored. And it brings up our Geno's player of the game, Anthony Pogazinski. And the first pitch is a called strike.
Wanting to get my, well, what did you see? A free drink, a free soft drink with a single?
Free soft drink just for being the player of the game.
Okay.
And a strike called, strike 2.
If I wasn't busy tomorrow, I'd go to Eau Claire.
And if he gets an extra base hit, it's a free appetizer. So
that's even better yet.
And a swing and fouled at the plate. Count holds at 0-2.
Okay, Pogo with a 0-2 count to Chandler Schmidt with 2 on and nobody out here in the top of the 4th. 1 run is in. Schmidt gets the signs from Bryant. Comes set, checks the runners, and delivers. With swing and a miss. And a strikeout for Bryant.
Now batting number 19, Cole Timon.
That is the 4th strikeout of the evening for Mr. Bryant, and that'll bring up Cole Timon, the catcher. Struck out looking in the 2nd inning. Just went out, but base runners at 1st and 2nd for the big right-handed batter for Eau Claire.
And Timon steps in. There, now the scoreboard at least has the right teams. It's got them in the wrong places, but it's got the right teams. I'll tell you what, Joe, keep calling this inning and I'll get this fixed.
Okay, got it. Thank you, Rick. Cole Timon, the batter. 0-1 the count. O'Brien at 2nd and O'Reilly at 1st. And the pitch. Call the strike. Strike 2. O'Reilly and O'Brien on the bases. Timon in the hole, 0-2. Chandler Schmidt comes to the plate. High for ball 1. Cavaliers already have 1 run in. They've made it 4-1. And Schmidt comes set. And that pitch gets away from Bryant, and the runners are advanced 90 feet.
And thank you for that, Joe, as we got the score bug fixed, I think.
Yeah, we have those gremlins,
we have bugs
too.
up here sometimes in the press box, and we swat them sometimes, but that's not going to work on this one.
Yeah, we have gremlins in our scoreboard, too, at Zaleski's. Don't worry. I understand, Ann.
4-0 Cavaliers trail, but they have runners at 2nd and 3rd with 1 out. And swung on and missed, and Timon goes down swinging. 2nd strikeout of the night to Cole Timon. Brings up Chase Yeager. You know, we were recording Cavalier profile interviews, and every Cavalier gets asked what their superhero name would be. And his last name is Yeager, so he says Jaeger Bomb.
He's too young. He's too young to remember Chuck Yeager.
Right. So, and I don't care how young he is. I think he knows what a Jaeger bomb is.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
Here's the pitch. It's outside. No, called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 down. Runners at 2nd and 3rd. Cavs need a base hit out into right center field right now. Tighten this game up real quick. Here's the pitch. Ground ball over to 2nd. Picked up by Wirtz. Throw over to 1st. And he got it for the out. Just barely. It pulled Easted off the bag a little bit, but he stuck his toe back over there and got him. So the Cavaliers do pick up a run on 3 hits. There was 1 error, and 2 were left on base. So we've completed 3.5, and it's the Chaparrals 4, Cavaliers 1. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network take you out to the ball game. Our next game will be on Wednesday, August 10th, when the Cavaliers take on the Eau Claire Bears at Carson Park. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with the In the Dugout show at 6:35 p.m. That's live Cavalier Baseball on Wednesday, August 10th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Back here at Jack Hackman Field in Marshfield. Cavaliers trailing 4-1 as we head into the bottom of the fourth inning. Due up for the Chaparrals, Chandler Schmidt, the pitcher, Cole Hediger, and Brett Easted.
Pretty busy weekend here in Marshfield. They have Hub City Days. Downtown is all closed off to traffic, and they've got all sorts of activities, booths and singing and bands, and you name it, they've got it.
It might take us a while to get out of Marshfield tonight. We might have to go check that out.
You may have to rent a motel for the evening. Stay for a while.
Swing and a miss for strike one to Chandler Schmidt. Schmidt doubled his last time up. Sent it all the way out to the warning track. And another fly ball out to center field. Bedminster gets back. He's under this one and makes the catch.
Now batting number 6.
Brings up
shout
Cole
out to my
Hediger.
friend Lucius Messerschmidt. He's usually up here running the music and keeping everybody on their toes up here. He's not here tonight. We wish him well. Hope everything's okay, and miss you, Lucius.
Cole Hediger struck out his first time up. That one caught the outside corner.
The mosquitoes are here.
The Wisconsin State Bird. Check swing high for a ball.
If you've ever wondered why they call it Marshfield, that's why.
And what's the story behind Hub City?
It was Marshfield was the hub of several different railroad lines, Chicago Northwestern, Sioux Line. There were several other ones, and it was known as the Hub City.
So that's why it's Hub City Days. The 2-1 pitch. High and away. 3-1.
And by the early 1980s, most of the hubs were gone.
And the pitch. A strike called at the letters. Count is full to Cole Hediger. Kelberg looks in for the sign. He goes into his motion and delivers it outside for ball 4.
Now batting
That'll bring up
11,
Brent Easted. He grounded to short his last time up.
Handing out the bug spray already. Only in the fourth inning.
And it's a foul ball in the dirt.
It was nice doing games here in the spring. The Marshfield, both Marshfield High School baseball teams play here, and didn't have any mosquitoes until the latter part of May when it warmed up, and they were here.
I don't know which is worse, swatting mosquitoes or brushing away snowflakes. And a swing and a miss.
As a friend of mine used to say, you don't have to shovel humidity.
You just got to cut it.
Yeah, got to cut it. That's for sure.
No balls, 2 strikes to Brent Easted. And the pitch. Liner out into left field for a base hit.
Way to go, Brent.
Picked up out there by Campbell Kapanke, and he's safe at first. Moves Hediger over to second and brings up Al Licata. And he popped out to third his last time up. Actually was not too far off the pitcher's mound, and Cooper Kapanke came in to make the catch. Swing and a miss for strike 1.
I've known Brent Easted and Cole Hediger since they were knee-high to a grasshopper.
And the pitch. Ground ball over to second, knocked down, throw over to first, in time for the out.
Now batting top of the order, number 2, Isaiah Byron.
So Yeager made he actually knocked it down and then picked it up and made the throw over to Pogo. So the runners each advance. Hediger's on third, Easted on second, and the pitch is a little bit low for ball 1 to Isaiah Byron. He's 1 for 2. Singleton scored back in the first inning. Called strike, counts even at 1-1. Here's the fire. Swing and a miss for strike 2.
Speaking of the trains, it's amazing how many freight trains go through this town every day. I mean, just in the ball game, you'll see 6 to 8 of them go through town.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. High chopper in the infield. Kapanke throws over to first. They don't get him. And the run comes in to score. That was a high chopper, and Kapanke had to wait for it to come down.
Now batting number 18.
That brought in Cole Hediger, and it moved Gstead over to third. Isaiah Byrol on first, and it makes it 5-1. Chaparrals on top. 2 down. Higgins, the throw to second, and bluff throw to second.
This is something that the Chaparrals really need. They've had a win against Pittsville about 2 weeks ago, and ever since they've struggled, and they have a big game coming up tomorrow at Rib Lake, a doubleheader.
Pitch is low for a ball.
They've got to win at, they would have to win at least 1, if not 2 games tomorrow to get into the playoffs to qualify.
Is that for the Dairyland playoffs?
Yes, sir.
And the pitch is high. Cavs got eliminated from the CRBL playoffs on Wednesday. Here's the pitch. Ground ball over to second. Yeager picks it up and flips it over to first for the put out. So that's 3 down, but the Chaparrals pick up a run on 2 hits. There were no errors, and 2 were left on base. We've completed 4 innings of 7, and it's the Chaparrals 5, Cavaliers 1. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
If you've been admiring the freshly groomed look of a baseball field, or the stunning appearance of a golf course, remember you too can have a lawn with the same beauty by simply calling Midwest Environmental Consultants. Their professional lawn care experts can bring your lawn to its full beauty and appearance. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 715-586-1302. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants help make your lawn the showplace of the neighborhood.
And we're going into the top of the 5th inning. Being a 7-inning game, time's running a little bit short for the Cavaliers. It's only a 7-inning game tonight because it's not a real quick drive back to Eau Claire. And it's a half-hour later start than what the Cavs are used to. So rather than get back to Eau Claire at midnight, they chose to make it a 7-inning game and get back at 11:30 instead.
Yes. Plus, the Chaps have a doubleheader up in Rib Lake, and that's a good hour and 15-minute drive at least from here.
Yes.
And the beer batter.
So, Hunter Ginther grounded to short his first time up, which did not get anybody cheap beer.
No. Beverages.
Schmidt throwing in the 5th inning, and the first pitch is right down the middle for a strike.
The anticipation of the crowd.
And here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Now the crowd's getting thirsty. And the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Well, the crowd got what they wanted. Plus, he was the leadoff hitter for the inning, and so it's for the rest of the inning. That's going to bring up Xavier Bedminster, who was hit by the pitch his last time up. And the pitch hits the outside corner for strike one. Yeah, Dan noticed that all of a sudden there's this exodus out of the crowd heading for the concession stand and the beer. Pitch is low for a ball.
If you're an Eau Claire Legion baseball fan, you should be happy right now. They're leading Manitowoc 8-0 in the fifth. Over in Sheboygan.
And a swing and a miss for strike two. Campbell Kapanke on deck for the Cavaliers. And it's a ground ball. Scooped up at short by Lee. Throw over to first and not in time. Bedminster gets the infield hit.
Now batting.
Mike Wendland, one of the people that works for us at Zaleski Sports, he's watching, and he said if the score holds, Manitowoc, Eau Claire, and Marshfield will all have one loss. But since Manitowoc was undefeated to this point, they get a bye to the final game.
So Schmidt's at the belt. And check swing high for a ball.
So Eau Claire will play Marshfield at noon tomorrow, and that'll be on Zaleski Sports. Legion
and we
baseball.
do have one out in the inning. And the throw down to second. Bedminster's in safely. One ball and one strike to Campbell Kapanke. Kapanke is singled and then flew out to right. And the pitch, it's high and inside for a ball. Campbell Kapanke started his career with the Cavaliers on kind of a high note. Took that first at bat and put it over the left center field fence. And a pitch caught the outside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Had to show his older brother that he belonged up here with the Cavaliers.
So Cooper's the older one?
Yes.
Okay.
And the pitch. Fly ball, goodbye, maybe. It's way back there. It's off the fence. 1 run's coming in to score. And Campbell Kapanke checks in at second. I thought that was going to get out of here.
He got a hold of that one. He hit it right on the screws. Wow. Good hit for that young man.
Just a little too high. Got a little bit too much under it.
What do you
Beautiful
mean too
hit
high?
bounced it off the fence.
It's from Major League. What do you mean too high?
And the pitch is a called strike as Caden Erickson comes up. Erickson hit a line shot right into the third baseman's glove. And then he grounded into a fielder's choice. Here's a chopper foul behind the plate. Cavs trailing 5-2. We're in the top of the 5th inning. Campbell Kapanke on second. Caden Erickson at the plate. 0-2 is the count. 1 out. Schmidt looks in. Goes to the belt. The 0-2 pitch. Called strike 3.
He doesn't believe it.
Well, maybe it wasn't strike 3.
I can't laugh. I've done that too.
Okay, we have 2 balls. Or 2 strikes, I mean. I don't know if there's any balls.
2-2. Well, now they're redoing it on the board.
0-2. 1-2 is the count.
Okay.
Okay, the umpire just kind of flashed it as well. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I think it's 0-2. Yeah.
And the pitch is outside and wide, and in comes Kapanke.
Hope the wheels stay on the Chaparrals bus. They have a tendency to let that things get away from them.
1 ball, 2 strikes now. Second run in the inning for the Cavs, and they now trail 5-3. Caden Erickson at the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Ground ball to third. Scooped up there by Lalakata. Throw over to first in time for the out.
Now batting number 47, Gabe O'Brien.
Now is up is Cooper Kapanke.
I'm sorry, next up is number 7, Cooper Kapanke.
Well, if anything, the Marshfield crowd is happy they got reduced price beverages for the remainder of this inning. They may need it.
Here's the pitch. It's outside for a ball. 2 down, nobody on. 2 runs in for the Cavaliers.
I don't mean to be Mr. Negative, but sometimes they get a lead and then everything just kind of slips away.
I'll bet a few of those beverages were yellow and bubbly.
Yes, sir.
And that's a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to Cooper Kapanke. Cooper is singled and walked. He did score the Cavaliers' first run. There's the pitch.
Wow.
Line shot out into center field. And Kapanke checks in at first. That'll bring up Gabe O'Brien. O'Brien is 1 for 2. Singled to right field last time up.
6th batter of the inning for Eau Claire.
And the pitch is inside for a ball. O'Brien followed by O'Reilly. The Irish contingent. There's the pitch. Kapanke's off and running. Ground ball to first. Or ground ball to second. Throw to first in time. As the Cavs are running a little bit of hit and run. But it doesn't help when the ball goes right to Wirtz at second. So the Cavaliers pick up a couple runs in the top of the 5th inning. And they did that with 3 hits. And they left 1 on base. So we've completed 4.5. And it's the Chaparrals 5 and the Cavaliers 3. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax has just what you need when you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it. Mom's is open from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily and until 9 on Fridays with a complete breakfast menu. Lunch includes sandwiches, salads, wraps, and burgers, along with Mom's comfort food favorites, and don't forget dinner on Fridays with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee always hot, the breakfast always delicious, and lunch puts a smile on your face. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
I guess we'll have to find out till later what happened to poor Brandon on his date. As Jason Kurth steps into the batter's box. And he hits a foul off the right side. Yeah, sometimes it's like a soap opera up here, Joe.
What do you do in the commercial?
And the pitch to Kurth is a called strike on the inside edge. Jason Kurth walked and hit a sacrifice fly, so he doesn't have an official at bat yet tonight. Here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled away.
Like sands through the hourglass, these are the days of our lives. And you're doing great over there.
And the pitch. Called strike on the outside corner. And Jason Kurth didn't like that call too much.
Now batting number
Got to give a shout out to Ann. When I walked up here to the press box, Dan and Rick are standing up working on stuff on the counter, and Ann's sitting underneath the counter. She was in timeout.
And a swing and a foul tip back behind the plate to Will Lee. He's 2 for 2. He's doubled and singled. Scored a run. One down, nobody on. And the pitch is high. 1-1.
Six strikeouts on the night for Kelberg. Yeah, sorry about that.
And that pitch is low for a ball, 2 balls.
And only walked 2 on the evening so far.
And that's a called strike right at the knees. Kelberg looks in for the sign. He winds and fires. Swing and a miss for strike 3.
Back-to-back strikeouts.
And that brings up Luke Wirtz. He's 1 for 2. He's singled, and then his last time up, he struck out. Here's the wind and the pitch. Strike called.
They call him Wirtzy. I call him Mr. Wirtz.
That pitch just missed at the knees. 1 ball and 1 strike. 5-3, the Chaparrals on top. 4 unearned runs in the first inning. And the pitch fouled out of play on the right side.
I went down to the dugout the early part of the season and was talking to him, and I said, who was that young man that got hurt? And Luke looked at me and said, what do you mean young? We're old. And I said, Luke, I've got socks older than you.
Here's the pitch. A looper out into center field for a base hit. He rounds first, and he's going to hold there.
Now batting number 12, Sean Bryant.
So that brings up Sean Bryant, who's 1 for 2, singled and scored, also struck out.
One of the youngsters on the team for the Chaparrals. Just graduated from high school, I believe.
And the first pitch is a called strike.
Drives over here from Mozini. I miss the days of the paper mills where when the wind blew east, you always knew, because you could always smell the paper mill stuff.
And that pitch is a called strike. Yeah, if the wind was in the right direction, you could go outside and do stuff. If it wasn't, yeah, don't even try.
Correct. You always knew if the wind was from the east.
Swing and a miss for strike 3.
Wow.
Pretty effective job of pitching by Kelberg that inning, picking up 3 more strikeouts. And the Chaparrals pick up no runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We have completed 5 innings, and it's the Chaparrals 5, Cavaliers 3. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
For over 1/3 of its history, Eau Claire has been able to count on the Eau Claire Cavaliers for high-quality baseball excitement. Come be a part of Eau Claire's legacy with your hometown Eau Claire Cavaliers. Home games are at historic Carson Park. To plan your day of affordable family fun, check out the Cavaliers on Facebook. Or go to the Cavalier website at www.eauclaircavaliers.org.
And we're back here at Jack Hackman Field in Marshfield. Cavaliers trailing 5-3 as we head into the 6th inning.
Rick, I got to say it's been a pleasure working with you and your crew tonight. I really appreciate it. I'll have a lot of fun.
This has been great, and I hope we get to do this again, especially when Central meets West. We can, I'm sure, find a way to collaborate. I know we had a basketball game that we did not carry. It was a regional final or something like that last year.
Right.
Who did the Colfax girls lose to last year, Dan? Hey, we did not cover the game, but you guys did. And and I don't remember. I was at the game, and I remember looking across and seeing Jason over there. But that's the kind of thing we could team up on our efforts and so on.
Yeah, it sounds like a plan.
Connor O'Reilly stepping up to the plate for the Cavaliers. Connor's 1 for 2, popped to second and singled on an infield hit to shortstop. Pitch is outside for a ball.
Schmidt with his 7th inning of work tonight.
Or 6th inning.
Yep, struck. Sorry about that. You're right, 6th. I believe he's only struck out 5.
That pitch is in the dirt, 2-0. This is about the time young pitchers start to show their youth and will sometimes begin to struggle.
Has not walked a batter so far. I just jinxed him, I know it.
2 balls, no strikes.
Yep.
Here's the pitch. It's outside for ball 3. You may have.
I think I did. I did that with a young man for the Chaps throwing a no-hitter in the 6th.
No, I've got a walk down here. Kapanke walked back in the 1st inning. And
Yes,
there's ball 4, as is Connor O'Reilly.
Well, the jinx was off.
So he did that one on his own accord, right?
Yes.
Our Geno's player of the game, Anthony Pogodzinski. Oh, heck, it's Pogo. He steps to the plate. Remember, go out to Geno's tomorrow. Get your free soft drink by mentioning Pogo's name. If he gets an extra base hit, you get to share an appetizer with your table. Here's the pitch. It's inside. It hit him. So Pogo has kind of been subscribing to that theory. If you can't hit the ball, let the ball hit you.
Kind of like Don Baylor did when he played for the Twins.
Yeah.
He just had a very large backside, and he would lean into the pitch and get hit, and he'd trot the first base, and they'd put a pinch runner in for him.
So Pogo's at first. Connor O'Reilly at second brings up Cole Timon, who is a victim of strikeouts both times up. I think that's probably about 6 times Pogo has been hit by the pitch. And I have that right here. Yes, that's the 6th time he's been hit. Pitch is high. Oh, called strike on the outside corner.
Connor O'Reilly's looking to take third. Seems pretty
He's
speedy.
thinking about it out there.
Seems like he's got the speed to do it.
O'Reilly takes his lead. And Timon squares to bunt. Throw over to first. And they got O'Reilly. They forced him at third. Timon's bunt was just a little bit too hard right back to the pitcher. So Timon gets a fielder's choice. And Connor O'Reilly is put out at third. So that's 1 down. And Chase Yeager comes up. He's 0 for 2.
The Jägermeister.
Could use a Jaeger bomb right now. In more ways than one. Here's the pitch. Fouled away off the right side. We're referring, of course, to the strong hit by Chase Yeager.
Yes, sir.
And the pitch, swing and a miss for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes to Chase Yeager, 1 out. Runners at first and second, Pogo's at second. Cole Timon at first. Pogo takes his lead. Pitches inside.
Nearly hit him too. Not much in the bullpen for the Chaparrals. They're trying to save arms for tomorrow.
1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch. It's high. Count goes even to 2-2. It was a real close game over in Eau Claire. And it has all the makings of being one of those here. Schmidt delivers. And that's high for ball 3.
Looking at who he'd have available to come in relief, he'd either have Cole Hediger or Isaiah Byrell. Byrell's last game he started, he got shelled.
Schmidt at the belt. And the payoff pitch. Swung on a miss for strike 3.
All right, everyone, you know what that means to me.
2 down. And up comes Hunter Ginther. And Hunter Ginther is 0 for 2. He is the beer batter, and last time he did the crowd a favor and struck out. He's also grounded to short. Schmidt delivers. Strike called at the knees.
I think if Schmidt gets through this inning, he'll bring Hediger in the 7th. He's a pretty hard thrower. But he's got to
Schmidt
get
looks
through
in
this
for
inning.
the sign. And Ginther steps out. Steps back in. Schmidt delivers. Ground ball to third. Steps on the bag for the put out. So the Cavaliers pick up no runs on no hits. There were no errors and 2 were left on base. We've completed 5.5, and it's the Chaparrals 5, Cavaliers 3. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Ready for a better way to bank? Switch to Royal Credit Union. Royal Credit Union is a financial co-op, not a corporation, so we return earnings to our members. That means you get low or no fees for account services and better rates on deposits and loans. You'll also have all the digital tools you need at your fingertips, so managing your account is easy. Royal is ready to help you discover the credit union difference. Switch to Royal Credit Union today at rcu.org/difference. Insured by NCUA.
The number is 527-504.
And we're back here
Just let everybody know
in Marshfield. Heading into the bottom of the 6th inning. Cavaliers trailing by 2. Ethan Kelberg on the mound. I count 7 strikeouts so far for Kelberg.
2, 5.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm looking at the wrong.
I got 8.
Yeah, I think you're right. I was looking at the wrong team. First pitch is a called strike.
Every once in a while, I'm right. Ask my wife. She always tells me that. Every once in a while, you can be right.
She allows that, huh?
Yes.
And pop up into foul territory. Oh! Out of one glove and almost caught by the other.
Oh, my gosh. I thought that.
It was in foul territory.
Now, Rick, if that had counted, would you have counted that as a 5-6?
I think it would have been a 4-9.
4-9?
Yeah.
Oh, that was right field. You're right.
Yep. It would have been out of the second baseman's glove into the right fielder's glove.
Okay.
It would have been a foul 4-9.
Oh, my goodness.
And yes, it would have been the only time I've ever written one like that. 2 strikes is the count. Pitch is outside. Chandler Schmidt at the plate. Schmidt doubled his first time up and then hit a fly ball to center field his second time. And here's a chopper foul just off the left side. Ethan Kelberg doing some work with the police academy, trying to go into law enforcement on the mound. That's why people don't like stealing bases. And a ground ball over to short, throw over to first by Erickson, and it's in time for the putout.
Now batting number 6, Cole Hediger.
That brings up Cole Hediger. Hediger's 0 for 1. Struck out, then he walked and scored a run. Here's the wind in the pitch. And it's a strike called.
I don't see any activity in the Marshfield bullpen at this moment.
Swing and a miss, strike 2. Well, since this is the guy you said would probably be the one that come in and finish things off, it'd be hard for him to be in the bullpen right now.
I was going to say I didn't know he may have thought about Byral as well. We're not. I just kind of spitballing here.
Pitch was high for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the wind and the pitch. Strike called right down the middle of Water Street.
I knew you'd sneak that in.
Brett Easted is coming up. He's singled and grounded to short. And the pitch is a swing and a miss for strike 1.
Oh, that song.
Little Baby Shark time, huh?
One of the reasons why I'm glad I'm out of teaching music. And they played again.
0-2 is the count to Easted. And the pitch. That one missed outside. 2 down. We're in the bottom of the 6th. 2 up for the Cavaliers next inning are Xavier Bemninster, Campbell Kapanke, and Caden Erickson. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So the Chaparrals go down 1-2-3, and we've completed 6. Got 1 more inning to go. Cavaliers trail 5-3 to the Marshfield Chaparrals, and you're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
I love the pizza we get when we go to Gino's Pizza.
That's because Gino's has been voted best pizza in the Chippewa Valley 5 years in a row.
I think it's because Gino's uses the freshest ingredients, premium quality meats, cheeses, savory spices, and zesty toppings, and all served with attention to detail.
Now you're making me hungry. Let's head to Gino's Pizza.
Scott and the rest of the folks at Gino's Pizza would like to invite you to come out and try the area's best pizza. Call about Monday through Wednesday dine-in specials at 715-835-2000.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right. As a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made her college years happen. Opening that education savings account when she was little. Spearheading a campus tour. And another, and another, and another, and another. Bam! deciphering financial aid. She was like, what? And now she's like, you aced planning for college. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
I think it's... Well, we head into the top of the 7th inning. Last chance for the Cavaliers. Trailing 5-3.
Big crowd on hand tonight here at Jack Hackman. The announced attendance is 44,752. I think that's...
There's a few phantom fans, I think.
I think that's the total population of Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids.
Xavier Bemdenster to lead things off for the Cavaliers. And he watches one go by high for a ball.
Maybe a little bit of Pittsville, too.
Yeah, but we don't always count them. Bemdenster's gotten on twice. He got hit by the pitch and singled. Pitch is outside for ball 2. Two balls, no strikes. Chandler Schmidt looking to go the distance. Strike called at the letters. Actually, Ethan Kelberg has gone the distance. Pitched a real nice game. Only gave up 1 earned run. But he's trailing 5-3. Here's the pitch. Strike called at the knees. Counts even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Schmidt pitches from the belt. Pitches outside. Count goes full. Xavier Bemdenster looking to get on base any way he can. Cavs need a base runner or two. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3.
Big strikeout. Luke Wirtz has got to be happy with. He's got to be happy with Schmidt's pitching tonight. I mean, to get him 6 and a third right now, but if he can get an entire 7 innings, that'll really help the club out.
Back to the top of the order for the Cavaliers. Campbell Kapanke doubled his last time up. He's 2 for 3. Doubled, singled, and flew out to right. The 1-0 pitch. It's low for ball 2. And the pitch. That one's high for ball 3. Now, I never did bother to learn manager Pete Bartengale's signs, but I'll bet the take sign is on right here. Here's the pitch, and it's outside for ball 4. That'll bring the tying run to the plate, Caden Erickson, with 1 out.
The game is over this half inning. Please stick around. We still have some more raffle prizes to give away. Thank you.
Erickson is 0 for 3. And the first pitch is a called strike at the knees. Schmidt goes to the belt. And the pitch. Ground ball over to third. Lalacata gets it over to second. They drop the ball. So safe at second and heading over to third is Kapanke. As Erickson is safe on first on a fielder's choice.
Now batting number 7, Cooper Kapanke.
So the Cavs have the tying run on base, and up steps Cooper Kapanke, who's 2 for 2 tonight. He singled twice and walked. Scored a run. Cooper represents the go-ahead run. Runner takes off for second, throw down to second, and he's in safely. Caden Erickson is now at second, so the tying run in scoring position. Now a good solid base hit by Cooper should tie the game. Schmidt at the belt.
Steal there.
And a fly ball could fall in. No, the catch is made
by Higgins. Good catch for Chase Higgins on the left.
He had to come in a long way for that one. With 2 down, runners had to hold. And brings up Gabe O'Brien. He's 1 for 3. Single back in the 4th inning. Here's the pitch. Outside for a ball. Jack Hackman Field in Marshfield, a very nice facility to come and take in a ball game at. And the pitch is outside. I remember coming here last year for the WBA Championship Series.
I was here for that.
We weren't broadcasting it, but Ann and I came over to watch and then listen to the Packer game afterwards.
Hope that wasn't that infamous game they played against New Orleans and got clobbered.
No, I was at that one down in Jacksonville. That pitch missed outside. 3-0 is the count.
You paid money for that game?
Yeah, I did.
You should have demanded a refund.
Actually, overall, the trip was a really good time.
I bet.
And the pitch. That's high and away for ball 4, so the bases are loaded.
Now batting number 13, Connor.
Campbell Kapanke on third. And Caden Erickson is over on second. Gabe O'Brien on first. Connor O'Reilly comes up. O'Reilly is 1 for 2. He singled with an RBI.
Defense can play back. They've got to force it any base. That's kind of helpful for Marshfield.
And the pitch is at the letters for strike 1. 2 down. So it's all up to Connor O'Reilly right now. Pogo on deck. And the 0-1 pitch. Strike called at the belt. That one had O'Reilly fooled. 0-2 is the count. Bases are loaded.
Down to their last strike.
Schmidt. And time is called. And the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3, and that'll do it. So for the Cavaliers, they pick up no runs, no hits. There was 1 error, and the bases were left loaded. So the final score in tonight's game, it's the Marshfield Chaparrals 5 and the Cavaliers 3. The Chaparrals picked up 5 runs on 10 hits. They committed 2 errors. The Cavaliers 3 runs on 6 hits, and they committed 2 errors. The winning pitcher was Chandler Schmidt, and the losing pitcher is Ethan Kelberg, moving his record to 2-5. And, you know, it's really almost a shame for Ethan that he has a record like that. He pitched a heck of a game tonight. it just wasn't going to go his way.
Not often do you see two starters go to full game. I mean, I know we only played 7, but they probably would have went 9 if they'd had to play 9 tonight.
They were both pitching strong still by the time the 7th inning was done. We'll talk more about this when we get to talking baseball. Again, that final score, Chaparrals 5, Cavaliers 3. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You've been watching NLWN-TV's presentation of Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball live on the Northern Light Webcasting Network. Stay tuned. Coming up next is Talkin' Baseball, with a look back at today's game.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right. As a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
Time now for Talkin' Baseball with a wrap-up of today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. And now, back out to the ballpark.
And we're back here at Jack Hackman Field. Rick Olson along with Joe Anderson from Zaleski Sports helping us out tonight. Ann Monroe on the computer. And Dan Petchow doing the outstanding camera work tonight. And in a little bit, we'll have Cavalier manager Pete Bartingale come up, and we'll talk with him about tonight's game. But simply put, tonight, the Chaparrals defeated the Cavaliers on a well-pitched game by both teams by a score of 5-3. And the unfortunate thing for the Cavaliers that the 4 runs the Chaparrals got in the first inning were all unearned runs, and, they still count on the scoreboard, Joe.
Yes, they do. Correct me if I'm wrong. I've got the pitching lineups here. I don't have the earned runs, but for Kjellborg, 7 innings, gave up 7 hits, 2 walks, 10 strikeouts, and gave up 5 runs.
That would have been 6 innings pitched.
6, you're right. See, that's what you do with things. You've been talking to my wife. I had one right thing tonight. 7 innings for Chandler Schmidt, 8 hits, 4 walks, struck out 7 on the evening.
And again, a really nice job by both pitchers. Cavaliers ran into a little bit of trouble there in the first inning when actually it kind of set the table when Isaiah Byrol singled to center field, but then they tried to pick him off at first, and the ball went out into the tundra out there that is over there to the right of first base, and Byrol ends up on third. And then we get the sacrifice fly by Jason Kurth, and all of a sudden, if Chaparral came to the plate, they hit the ball. They had double, single, single, double. And before it was all said and done, 4 runs were scored, and unfortunately, none of them were earned. And so Kjellborg pitched a heck of a game, only gave up 1 earned run. I think all of the Cavalier runs were earned. The one that was questionable was Cooper Kapanke's run back in the 4th inning. He did go to second on an error, same kind of an error, but he ended up on second. But then there were 2 singles following that, so that would have put him over into scoring position anyway. So that would have been an earned run. And all of the runs that the Cavs picked up in the 5th inning were earned. So there were 3 earned runs picked up there.
I don't know if I could ask Ann to move her camera to the right where those gentlemen are on the field. They look like they had a group picture there. Are they friends, relatives, or?
Well, they're having a nice chat anyway. That's Ethan Kjellborg down there.
And that's Chase
Lucas
Higgins.
Costley.
Yeah, and Chase Higgins.
And so.
Thank you, Ann, for doing that.
a lot of these players tend to know each other pretty well anyway, and from all kinds of baseball experiences that they've had. And anyway, Joe, your thoughts about today's game?
Well, speaking as, I'm going to be partial to Marshfield. It was nice to see them hit the ball early on. They have a tendency to get behind early, and if they do get a 1 or 2 run lead, by the time you get to the 4th inning, the wheels kind of come off the bus, and before you know it, they're down by 5 or 6. Strong pitching performance tonight by the young man Chandler Schmidt. First time I've seen him pitch this season for the Chaparrals. Did a really good job, only giving up 8 hits on the night, struck out 7. Strong performance by the young man from Stratford.
And so, I'll tell you what, we're waiting for Cavalier manager Pete Bartingale to come up here, and we'll chat with him following this game, and we'll do that right after this timeout. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
I think it's just vapor with flavor.
It won't hurt my kid like cigarettes, right?
Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
My kid?
My kid knows it's dangerous.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Jason, let's go see your room.
How was it? Is it good?
My Shiro doesn't always wear a cape, but she always has time for a hug, a smile, for going the extra mile. My Shiro stretches every dollar, puts in long hours, puts others first. But now it's your time, Mom. When you're ready to retire, we want you to be able to enjoy it. It's time to start saving now. A free 3-minute online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to start boosting your retirement savings today. Visit aceyourretirement.org.
And we're back here at Jack Hackman Field, and joining us now is Cavalier manager Pete Bartingale. And Pete, this was kind of a tough one to lose. You had really nice pitching by Ethan Kelberg, but you gave up 4 unearned runs in the first inning, and it's kind of hard to recover from that.
Yeah, we got off to a very slow start. Was that after 2 outs, too, I believe, almost?
Right around there. Yeah, that's kind of how that worked out.
Yeah, they caught us early at 4 in the first there, and the Ethan was throwing really well, and sometimes that happens. But we had our chances for sure to come back in this one, and we just kind of all year just had a hard time getting that one big hit that we need at times, and we just can't quite get that hit, and hopefully that'll come in the WBA.
Well, yeah. Tying run on second, bases loaded in the 7th inning, and like you said, you just couldn't get the big hit.
No, Gabe O'Brien had a 3-0 green light there. I thought they might throw him a fastball on the middle, but he had a green light to hit there. But I felt confident with O'Reilly coming up too. He's had a great year. He's an all-star. But I give their pitcher credit. He had a nice curveball. He goes to Winona State, right? I believe.
I'm not sure.
I think so.
Joe, do you know?
Say that again.
Does he go to Winona State?
I believe so. The pitcher for Marshfield.
Chandler Schmidt.
That I do not know. I wish I did, but he did. He pitched a very, very good game tonight. Boy, you had him in a couple of pinches there.
Yep, we just, like I said, all year we just had struggled getting that one big hit, and just didn't happen tonight, unfortunately.
So we don't get to see the Cavaliers now until the 10th of August. Is there any plan to try and pick up some more games between now and then?
Actually, we're looking to maybe come back here next Friday or Sunday. So just talk to their manager, and we're thinking about coming back here because Carson's booked up. But we need to keep on playing. Sitting around for a week is just not what we need.
Okay. Well, bear in mind, next Friday is Packer Family Night, and so there's a lot of people that are going to be heading a little bit beyond.
not football teams. Just kidding, Rick. Pete gets frustrated after 2 losses. A little bit like Glenn.
There you go.
Well, it'll be fun to welcome you back here to come back to.
Yeah, I mean, this was awesome tonight. I mean, the crowd and everything. I've been here with travel baseball, but beautiful park and great crowd.
I hate to jinx this, but the mosquitoes are at a minimum tonight. Maybe you
they
brought us good luck
the
tonight.
last inning, but just a great atmosphere. The announcer was great. The PA announcer was just a lot of fun. So.
I thought you meant the play-by-play announcer for sure, and the color announcer. I'm sure that's what he was talking about, right, Joe?
Yes, I printed 64 colors in my crayon.
Well, Pete, tough one to lose tonight, but it's been a pretty interesting first season for you out of the helm.
Yeah, what did we finish up? 17 and 10, 17
what do
11?
I have here? 16 and 10 overall. And
16 and 10 overall. Got to start working on a little bit of the little things. I'm more of a bunter, drag guy, and that will be something we'll work on as in the off season, because those things I think would help us a little bit more. And right now we're kind of just playing a power game, and our 1-2-9 guys got to be able to drag bunts and do some of the little things.
Well, unless we hear from you otherwise, we will see you on the 10th of August for Fan Appreciation Day when the Cavs take on the Eau Claire Bears at Carson Park. Fans, if you're curious about other games, that's all. We'll keep you posted on that if there's anything that happens on our website at www.northernlightwebcastingnetwork.com or our YouTube, our Facebook page on Northern Light Webcasting Network, and we'll keep you posted if any new games get scheduled, and we'll be there.
Yep, we're certainly going to try and play at least one more game next week, so we'll let you know.
All right, sounds good. We'll have more talking baseball right after this timeout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Meet the Scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you.
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
And we're back here at Jack Hackman Field, wrapping things up on Talking Baseball. Cavaliers drop one to the Marshfield Chaparrals by a score of 5-3. Joe, your thoughts?
Very good effort by the Chaps tonight. I was very pleased to see how well they played. They jumped out early, got strong pitching tonight from Schmidt, and bodes well for them tomorrow. They have a doubleheader up in Rib Lake, and they've got to win at least, I believe, one, if not both games to qualify for the playoffs. If not, their season will be wrapping up here next Wednesday.
And, of course, fans can tune into that on Zaleski Sportsnet.
Tomorrow? I'm not sure.
Or you're not sure?
I'm not sure.
Well, check out Zaleski Sports because maybe that's where that will be.
I know for sure that they will be at the Legion baseball tournament. That'll be Eau Claire and
Marshfield.
And Marshfield at noon tomorrow on Zaleski Sports.
Okay. Well, don't forget to join us on Wednesday, August 10th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and NLWN-TV as we bring you the Cavaliers Fan Appreciation Day as the Cavaliers take on the Eau Claire Bears. Coverage will start at 6:30 with the In the Dugout show, followed by live play-by-play action. Hey, we here at the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV are excited to announce that once again this fall, we will carry Colfax High School football. Follow the Colfax Vikings all season long, beginning on August 19th when the Vikings travel to Whitehall to take on the Whitehall Norse. Hey, want to let you know, I know it's a little bit early, but want to let you know that coming up on Halloween night, the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV will present our second annual Halloween Spooktacular, featuring some of the best classic Halloween-themed old-time radio shows. It all starts at 7 o'clock on Halloween night on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Hey, today's Geno's player of the game was Anthony Pogodzinski. So make sure you stop out at Geno's tomorrow and mention Anthony Pogodzinski, or just say Pogo. That's good enough, and you'll get yourself a free soft drink. Unfortunately, he did not come through with an extra base hit, so you don't get the free appetizer, but you do still get the free soft drink out at Geno's Pizza. And as I've said before, don't be afraid to order one of those appetizers off the menu, because they're awfully good anyway. And also a special shout out to Zaleski Sports for helping us out to bring you the game tonight, and to Joe Anderson for coming in and sitting here and
thank you, Rick,
talking a little baseball. Joe, that's what a better way to spend a summer, right?
Yes, sir. It was great working with you. Really appreciate
it. Couple retired teachers here, and it doesn't get much better than that. Let me tell you, we both have the ability to talk.
Yes.
Hey, today's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball game is brought to you by Geno's Pizza, next to Action City, and voted the best pizza in the Chippewa Valley 5 years in a row. And Midwest Environmental Consultants, lawn care and soil testing experts for the Chippewa Valley. Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax, comfort food the way Mom used to make it. Callista Salon on Water Street in Eau Claire. Call 715-864-5332 for a reservation. Muldoon's Menswear on Hastings Way, where the well-dressed men of Eau Claire shop. And Royal Credit Union, where they're different in a good way. Be sure to thank these fine sponsors for bringing you Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. For Ann Monroe, Dan Pechow, Joe Anderson, this is Rick Olson. Final score once again, Marshfield Chaparrals 5, Eau Claire Cavaliers 3. You've been tuned to Talkin' Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You've been watching Talkin' Baseball, a wrap-up of today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. This has been a production of NLWN-TV.